up? It's the Love First podcast. It's your boy K to Don.
And I'm Nathika.
We have our special guest, ARP Music in the building.
The Uptown Go, baby.
Yes, and we're going to talk about some crazy current events, some news that's going on. We're going to talk about Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon no longer having jobs.
Yeah. It's wild. So like,
Especially Don Lemon.
yeah. So
They look like us, but they ain't us.
They ain't us. And then,
falls in that
before
category.
we dive into it.
Yeah.
So we're also going to talk about there's a potential aliens attacking that might happen. That's what they talking
ain't gonna
about.
happen.
They said be aware.
That's a distraction.
We're also going to talk about the TikTok ban. There's things in the bill that they don't want you to know about, but we're going to let y'all know here.
Okay.
Then we're going to react to some videos and all of that. So before we get started, since we're delivering y'all the news, also we're going to tell you about some money you might be entitled to. So if you want to know, not only do you need to stay tuned to the video, but right now, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you don't have the Love First TV app, go take a second to download it now. It's available for you. Subscribe to that thing. If you don't have it already,
what are you waiting for?
Exactly. Now, Thika, let us know what's going on in the news. Why are people losing jobs?
All right. So yesterday, well.
Yeah, I got you.
Anyway, so.
This past week.
Yeah. So Don Lemon gets fired from CNN. Mm-hmm. and then Tucker Carlson leaves Fox News. And I remember seeing my phone like, what? Like, so that's basically what happened. But like Tucker Carlson didn't get fired. He just like left. And I think it might have to do. Fired. It might have to do. Yeah, I think Fox News is they're always lying, but we don't know what the details are. But it might be in relation to like the over $700 million or $1 billion that Fox News has to pay Dominion voting systems for losing that lawsuit, or like they settled out of court.
Over $700 million.
Yeah, something like that. It's a lot of money. So Tucker Carlson left, and I know that some people are like celebrating this, but he's already unhinged to begin with. So I don't know where he's gonna go next, because he's not gonna just disappear into the shadows. He's gonna
do your own podcast, baby. You got the clout.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he had like the biggest news show. They said out of all the news shows, he had the number one.
Yeah.
So to leave at number one, the smartest thing you could do is build your own platform.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what he's gonna do next.
But yes, he will be super unhinged.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, Don Lemon seems like he was blindsided. He was notified by his agent that he got fired.
Yo, you died of laugh. Yo, you trying to hold it.
And I think the difference between these two stories is that like Tucker Carlson has had like the chance to make the announcement, to just know ahead of time. Meanwhile, Don Lemon's
didn't.
He got.
Nah, Tucker Carlson, his last episode was, "We'll see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend." And he didn't have no Monday.
So both of them got the rug pulled from underneath them.
That's a long weekend.
Anyway.
So with Don Lemon too.
Don Lemon,
sorry.
Not Lennon like John Lennon.
John Lennon, right? But Don Lemon like the fruit, right? So with Don Lemon, right?
No, he's sour.
I just see something funny in the comment section because the internet is so undefeated. So they were like, when he tried to go and log into his work email on Monday, he had some issues. So he called help desk, and then help desk is like, you're no longer in the system. Please contact your supervisor. I was like, yeah, that's so disrespectful.
CNN
like, that's
ghosted him.
They're like, that's how he found out. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, some people are thinking that it might be related to some comments he made a couple months beforehand, like some like ageist and sexist comments.
I heard it was because of the sexist comments. Yeah.
Saying that like certain female politicians that are like, politicianing, if that's even a word.
Who said this? Don Lemon?
Yeah, he said that like they were past their prime, like in their 40s and 50s. Meanwhile, our president's like 80-something years old.
Like
so it was definitely uncalled for, and he
got canceled
basically by CNN.
Yo, you ever watch the Boondocks?
Yeah.
You know who's Don Lemon, right?
Oh yeah.
Tom Dubois.
Wow, Tom Dubois.
That's him in real life.
You'll have to pull up an image, yeah.
They look like us, but they ain't us, man.
So they ain't us. Yo. So why is Don Lemon an op?
I mean, you really want me to get into it?
Yeah, just a little bit. You got to give us a quick one.
I don't got no problem with vaccinations and stuff like that. But I got a problem with freedom.
Yeah.
And he was very pro-vaccine, and if you know about that, it wasn't about the vaccine. It was about taking away your rights. And he was out here like pushing that agenda. And I'm very against people who push agendas. And look, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I don't like politics. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. We know who's the more evil.
Say your body, your choice, right? My body, my choice.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, man.
I'm with you.
One thing I will say about Trump, at least he respected people's freedom. He didn't say the most pleasant stuff coming out his mouth, but then again, people got to remember he's from New York. Everybody's a-hole here. There's no such thing as a nice New Yorker, so get that out your head, man.
Well, the closest thing to a nice New Yorker are like the New Yorkers that work at Chick-fil-A. But no, I feel you on that.
There's a whole bunch of things that I don't want us to talk on camera.
I got you, and we don't want
He ain't one
these
of us.
platforms to start messing with our money.
Exactly.
So, but I got you. We're on that wavelength.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next topic. Should we get to the money, or should we say that to the end?
Go to the other one you want to talk about.
Oh wait, which one?
The
aliens? Or?
Sure.
Oh, is that one?
Sure.
All right, so guys, we have a military in space called the Space Force, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of an extension of the Air Force, and we have a warning from them. And this is what the warning is. We got a lot of news in here.
Yo, Tucker Carlson's face though.
Sorry, that's my fault. I put the screenshot in there.
Tucker Carlson looks shocked.
Like, damn, man, I should have never took that weekend off, man. It's a long weekend, man. Dang.
Should have worked that Saturday. Oh man. Oh goodness. Yo, where is my Space Force?
I wonder who they're gonna replace for him.
Now that's gonna be the question, and he had a big show, so a lot of them are even like talking about, like Fox people talking about leaving, like Fox, like the audience, because they took him away. And here we go, the Space Force. So there is a Space Force official that confirms the U.S. will begin facing threats outside of Earth. Now, the chief of space operations of the Space Force has warned of a new era of threats beyond Earth, saying that the nation might be facing increased threats to its peacekeeping capabilities. These threats are concerning, given that we are clearly not ready to face a new technology disrupting our daily lives. Now, I actually want to get your reaction to it, because I feel like even when we mentioned it earlier, it's something that you said, and this is what I've been saying about all of this stuff. Now, what is your view on this? Threats from space, and
it's a distraction. Is BS, especially with the thing that's going on with the economy and the U.S. dollar falling.
Yes,
that's a distraction from that. Every time you hear stuff like that, it's a curveball for something bigger.
Exactly. Like I've kind of been saying
World War III. You heard?
Yo, I've been saying that too. Like I feel like, first of all this UFO unidentified stuff has been happening for years and years and years. They used to call them crazy. Right. Now the government is releasing these random stories where the Pentagon is saying this is saying that. And then they're doing it in a weird way where it's like every month they're saying a little bit, like they're slowly trying to prepare you for something. Yeah. And that's something I do believe is going to just be like a big distraction. Like even my boy Stacks off camera was telling us they got like AI technology with
that's what I was just going to get to that. Like how come they not talking about that, about them GPS trackers they put in on people's cars, and these robots that they want to bring, but they scared of technology, man. Get out of here with that.
Exactly. Like even Stacks seen a different face, like somebody saying like had somebody look like a celebrity was talking to them and it wasn't even them.
Oh, like a deep fake?
Yeah, so
That's
it's scary. Like if we have deep fake, the government has something way beyond that.
AI should be illegal.
Yo,
like that kind of artifact, because we've been had
say
AI.
That kind, because
Series AI.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
It is. And I do like my AI chat, as long as it doesn't turn evil, you know what I'm saying? But it does be threatening people sometimes, is what they say. But what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's also a distraction. I mean, like, I don't think it's
not an alien believer.
No. I believe that stuff, but like, it's our attention is in so many different directions. We're so distracted by everything, and like, there's a lot of messed up things happening in the world. So this is just one thing to have us like really worried. So I mean, is it something to worry about? Are we peacekeepers? That's the thing that has me thinking.
Well,
like,
yeah,
we're
you know,
not really
America.
peacekeepers. It's like,
we keep peace by starting wars and doing what we want to do. But so actually, I want to tell y'all about some money. Actually, now let's talk about this U.S. dollar thing real quick before we even get to the money, right? Because I know y'all know about the money, so y'all need to stay tuned. But here's what the U.S. is not talking about, right? So the U.S. dollar, what makes it really powerful, because back, I want to say the Reagan era is when they decided to not back the dollar with gold.
right.
So from there, it was almost pretty much worthless at that point, because gold is something that is worth a lot, that backs
Exactly.
it. Right now, the paper, it's not even worth the paper that it's on, you know? So the thing that kept it strong is, one, a military, and two, the fact that the whole world trades through the U.S. dollar. So when they're converting and they're trading currency,
Yeah.
they're doing it through the U.S. dollar. Now we got issues with Russia and China. China is exploding as an economy, so they're actually starting a new standard. They're dropping the U.S. dollar. They got a bunch of other countries dropping out of the U.S.
A
dollars.
domino effect.
It's a domino. They got
But this has been
Kenya
happening.
involved, Brazil, Russia, India, South Africa, as well as Saudi Arabia. They're leaving the dollar and they're going there, and that's some money over there. And right now, with the dollar failing, eventually all of our allies are gonna have to get away from it, because they don't want to get the full blunt of the dollar failing. Now, with the dollar failing like that, and then not being that strong of a country, one, America is probably going to have to decide some type of war, because that's the only way to keep it going. If you have nothing else to back it, but you're the strong guy on the block, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
Bully, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? So,
Let me tell you something. This war ain't gonna look good.
nah.
It's not gonna be on the U.S. side. That's all I gotta tell
It's
you.
not. Honestly, it's not going to be on the world side at all, because we have multiple countries. It don't matter who got the most weapons. If everyone has a button that could destroy the planet, you know
That's
what I
it.
mean? We got at least like 4 countries that could destroy the planet.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cuba was one of them.
Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's like this kind of the risk of the dollar instability, why people turn to cryptocurrencies, because, and this doesn't just happen in the US, it happens in other countries where like their economy is not as strong. Like they'll buy into Bitcoin, into what's the other one, Ethereum, and like Solana, and like so many of the other ones, because they need to be able to have that security, and then they're able to use that crypto pretty much anywhere, you know, that will take, except for China, because China's just like, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. They those other countries made sure they messed the crypto up, because we was coming up during the pandemic.
Yeah, for real. For
yeah.
real. And that's what I'm
China
saying.
and Russia had to step in and from what I heard, they started raiding and killing these Bitcoin miners.
Yeah, and you know what it is? It's the wealthy elite. They're like,
course.
oh, we don't want these people in our circle. Like, we
The
need full
banks was in
control.
shambles during that time. Like I remember, I cashed out. I made a lot of money with Dogecoin.
Oh yeah.
Yo, out of $400 I invested, I made like $23,000.
Well, I'm glad you did, because
And I
like,
bought it when it was under a penny.
Dang, bro, why
Wow.
you hit me up? Like, damn.
I mean, we wasn't talking at the time. And the crazy thing is, I was posting this. I was posting this on my social media. I was like, yo, just invest. Don't
Yeah.
ask me questions.
Yeah.
Y'all buy Zaza and y'all buy all this kind of crap.
Yeah.
bro.
But y'all want to invest in like y'all want to invest in an asset.
Mm-hmm.
Like if people want to ask me 1,000,001 questions, it's like, yo, I'm gonna charge you if you asking me questions. Man.
Yeah, for
Cause it's
for
like
real.
I didn't ask no questions. I just did it. But then again, that's me. I'm a risk taker. I'm from the heights. That's what we do.
Yeah.
You know.
Nah, I got you. Nah, it's crazy. It's real out there. We have another story, right? Actually, well, let's give y'all some good news, right? Because we were giving some crazy news, and there's more crazy news to come. So
never ending.
let's tell you about how there's some money. There's some money that
Speaking
is
of money.
waiting for you. So speaking of money, my man Money over here, there's actually $725 million sitting out there, and you could have a claim to a piece of it.
What's the deadline? I think it's like August something. Right?
Yes, the deadline is August. Oh, what's going on with my article? Oh, see, my article tripping. Now it's saying...
Here, I got it. I have a New York Times subscription.
Oh, there we go. All right. So here's how it goes. If you used Facebook in the United States of America between May 2007 and December 2022, 2022, you can apply to claim your share of a $725 million settlement that Facebook's parent company agreed to pay to settle a class action lawsuit.
Yep.
Right? You can actually set up your payments. So if you go to this site that I'm telling you, we'll put it on the screen too.
Please, I need that site because I'm going to apply.
Got you. I already applied. Facebook user privacysettlement.com. That's Facebook user privacysettlement.com. And that'll get your payment. You can get it directly to your bank account. You get it to your Venmo. You can get it to your Cash App. You could get it mailed to you. The deadline that you can do this by is August. I know I've seen it in August. I don't see the exact date in the article, but we'll put that on the screen so you'll see it there. But you have until August to apply, get this money. Now, they said that the portions might not be that big, but it's crazy because like less than 700 million people have Facebook in the United States. Right. Like there's only 300
August
million.
25th.
Oh, August 25th
is the last day.
So August 25th, that's the deadline. But there's less than 300 million users on Facebook. But it is people that could have had in the United States.
Oh, in the United States,
in the United States, yeah. Because we don't even have 400 million citizens in the United States. But it also does count for people that don't have a Facebook account anymore, but they had it during that time. You know what I mean? Right. So they say it's not going to be that big. But
something is something.
If you do the math, I'm trying to figure out where that money going, because to me, everybody should be a millionaire that claim. But make sure you put your claims in. It's going to ask you for your name, your address, and then how you want the money. It's also going to ask you for your Facebook username and what year you had the account. Yeah. If you have multiple accounts, because I was going to put in all my accounts, because I got a few, but it said just put the account you have the longest, because you can only do one claim per person. So make sure you're on it. Usually I wouldn't even share it, but this is just a secret between us, the Love First supporters. So since you're watching this, we want to let you in on the secret. But if you love somebody out there, feel free to share this video and share the secret with them as well.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally telling my dad about this.
Get that Facebook money.
Oh, yes.
Now, the next thing is a video I kind of want us to react to. It is somebody talking about what's in this TikTok ban. We've been talking about the TikTok ban. Now, there is a video of why the government is actually trying to ban TikTok, and it doesn't really have to do with China. So,
is it this?
Yes. Okay, I'll let you. Yeah. So let's do
How
that.
we use the internet is about to fundamentally change forever, and it's terrifying. This is Bill S686, also known as the Restrict Bill. You'll probably know it as the TikTok ban bill, but it does so much more than just that. It actually does more than any bill I think we've ever seen. I encourage everyone to read it by going here and clicking the text tab, but here are the main takeaways. Foreign adversaries can change by definition, but a few are already listed. They are the People's Republic of China, including Hong Kong, Special Administration Region, the Republic of Cuba, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and of course, the Russian Federation and Venezuela under the regime of Nicolas Maduro Moros. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but these definitions can change at any time. The bill covers hardware technology like modems, routers, and home cameras, and virtual tech like VPNs, and basically bans them if they are manufactured by or used to contact and deal with foreign adversaries. Speaking of VPNs, using VPNs to bypass banned apps such as TikTok is made a criminal act under this bill, and the penalty, it's a minimum imprisonment of 20 years and a minimum fine of $250,000 or $1 million, depending if you knowingly did so to access banned content. The bill gives the federal government the power to monitor any activity used by these suspected devices, virtual or otherwise. Essentially, they can monitor what you are doing at home 24/7 without even informing you. This includes things such as routers, video games, streaming apps, smart thermostats, Ring cameras, basically anything that uses the internet. Now, the real terrifying part of all of this, as if that all wasn't terrifying enough, is that the bill goes on to state that this will happen by the president appointing a secretary of communication. That secretary then forms a group on their own without any voter input whatsoever. This group can have meetings behind closed doors. They don't have to disclose anything. They can ban and deem anything inappropriate or a risk to security at any moment in time. And if they do, they can go through your instant messages, your emails, text, basically anything that uses the internet, and they can censor it. So in summary, this bill can effectively ban anything the government deems inappropriate extremely quickly without warning. The ramifications of this range from breaking up mass communication methods to even watching the cameras in your home, aka spying on you. It really is that bad, and I am not speaking in hyperbole. Please contact your reps. I have a video on my TikTok ban playlist on how to find your representatives and tell them if they vote for this, you will support their opponents in their next primary. If I missed anything in this bill, please let me know in the comments. Share this information with anyone and everyone. I will be covering this bill and the TikTok ban throughout, so to stay informed, please make sure to follow.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Wow. So they're saying that, oh, this TikTok ban because we don't want, China watching and having the information, when it's really another power grab by our government to be able to watch you, have more control over your items. And also, like what they were saying is that, like a VPN, right? Like, how do they know if you're using a banned app, right? So it basically, now they have the power to really search through your stuff, because when they ban something, they need to be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like execute, like regulate. Yeah, so they need to be able to regulate it. So the way that they regulate it is they have to have access to all of your stuff to know that this is happening. So this is another way of the government becoming bigger and Big Brother's watching.
Right.
Well, I mean, this is basically an extension of the Patriot Act, because the Patriot Act was like, this
Super
is just an
already.
updated version of the Patriot Act.
Exactly.
Because this involves a lot more like technology things, like the Patriot Act was like spying on you over your phone, or like literally having people spy on you. But this is like a lot more terrifying because we are surrounded by technology. Look at all the cameras we're surrounded by, and like microphones, phones.
Yeah, I got cameras in my house and all this stuff, so they can look at the stuff. They can go through your messages. And then, did you hear what they said, that they can censor it? So let's say if you trying to expose something with the government or whatever the case may be, they can go through your stuff and censor that if they decide is what misinformation is. Because as we know, during the pandemic era, even if things were found out to be truthful later, it's like a lot of things was labeled misinformation, whether it was or not. It's just if this group deems it misinformation. So I feel like, that's something that we need to, like you said, like,
website. Everybody get your website.
Yes.
At the end of the day, these are their platforms, so they can do whatever the hell they want with them.
And what's crazy though too is, like, even when I got my own app, because I went through issues with like Facebook, Twitter, and this stuff, and I was like, that way I have my own power. But the government is even asserting power over the app stores.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So even with the website and the internet, like, they could still, like, they are coming for everything.
That's crazy.
So the thing we can't do is get scared and just randomly start supporting these bills, like put pressure on your representatives.
Exactly.
Like, we can't have this at all. So people need to share that, talk about that. Like, this cannot go. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, like they don't want, there have been times where people have overcome their governments through the use of the internet. I mean, I think about 2011, the Arab Spring. Like people who were protesting against the government were able to communicate with other people via dating apps.
That's crazy.
That was kind of smart.
And
too.
that's how they were able to get underneath the government censors.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yo, add me on Tinder, man, because I want to talk some political stuff.
Let's talk some politics.
Some Tinder. Let's go on a date to talk political stuff.
Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And not meetings no more, they're dates now.
So we talking political at Tinder, man. It's not safe, man. Make sure y'all share, let everybody know. Now there is a new Tupac versus Biggie beef, and this beef is between Disney World and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Can you tell us?
I heard about something like that, because I think
they going at it. Him and Mickey is not.
Disney World got like their own zone laws and stuff.
Yes.
And the Governor DeSantis is trying to take. The reason why I know is I'm trying to move over there.
Oh, to Florida, yeah.
So like Miami.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Area.
Word.
I know you from there.
Yeah, I'm out there. You let me know.
You from the Ville, right?
Yeah, so really Central Florida between like Orlando and Tampa, but Miami, I'm always out there. Like Miami and Jacksonville.
You gotta let me know when you're in Miami, so I can introduce you to the mob. You know what I mean,
bro? Like anytime, bro. Like we're gonna talk.
Well,
let's talk about this beef. What's going on?
So long story short, Governor DeSantis signed a bill into law that it has been dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill, that basically doesn't allow teachers to discuss like anything. I mean, it's a lot more than what people have been focusing on, but a lot of the reason why it's garnered controversy is because they're not allowed to discuss anything that's LGBTQ related. Now Disney was like, I stand for, for queer people and whatnot. And then in response, Governor Desantis was like, oh yeah, okay, all right, bet. So he decided to remove their like special tax status, like what you mentioned, because they had like this special agreement in which they can like they have to like pave their own roads or something like that. I forget. But so then what he did on top of that was appoint a new panel overseeing all of these things for Disney. But then what Disney did recently, this is like more recent news, was that they essentially made his appointed panel powerless, and that they are not like whatever power, legislative, whatever stuff they were supposed to do will not become effective until 2 generations after King Charles passes.
Crazy.
So,
I was
like, that is some petty
60
petty,
years.
Said 10 years after the end of the world.
I mean, those old farts are going to be long gone.
Yeah.
You know?
But, and so here's where a lot of controversy comes, and I want to have like a quick discussion. So we do have an aspect of supporters that are like, with the Don't Say Gay bill, is that they feel like, especially in children content, that stuff should not be in there, because they feel like that's influencing, it's affecting
children. Should not be sexualized, period.
Oh,
whether it's
totally.
gay, straight, whatever.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Should not sexualize children.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, period.
So what about the aspect? And so this is the discussion I want to have. So the people that feel like there should be nothing sexualized in the content, which I, agree. But also there is a side saying that the children that are gay should feel represented and be able to see themselves in the content. Right? So I want to know, what is your reaction to that? Because like, even with that being said, you feel like, hey, when it comes to the kid content, nothing straight, gay, nothing, none of that should be there.
Exactly, because it's like you have the truth, and then you have the F-boy stuff. Like, the agendas.
The agendas,
Stuff
okay.
like that. And like, sexualizing kids is a huge agenda that we don't touch up on enough.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it doesn't matter if it's heterosexual or homosexual.
Yep.
Kids should not be sexualized. Let the kids be kids. Because, like, I remember, what was it, like, during the pandemic, I saw, like, an ad with Ronald McDonald making out with Burger King. The Burger King, and it's like, none against the LGBTQ community, but it's like, come on. You don't see Ronald McDonald kissing a princess and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, why are they showing that to the kids?
Yeah.
I got a problem with that. I have a 4-year-old son.
Yeah.
And it's like, he gonna be asking me questions and stuff like that, and I don't want him to be confused.
Yeah.
Like, let the kids figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
I got you. So what, is it the same reaction? Or?
I totally agree, because it's like, I think the big issue with the bill is that there are same-sex parents, and by not discussing that is completely denying the existence.
Right.
Like, it's not like, if you see this, you're going to become gay or whatever. Like, kids are going to know. Kids know when they don't even know. Like,
Exactly.
I'm speaking from personal experience. I knew since I was 8 years old that I was attracted to women as well, or at least to girls when I was younger.
Right.
And I didn't come to understand this until I was an adult. And no agenda was pushed onto me.
Exactly.
I just
And
learned
then-
something new today.
Yeah, and like, I have my uncle is gay. I have one gay uncle in the family, and like, there was nothing. He wasn't pushing anything onto me. Like,
Because he's not a creep.
no, he's not a creep.
But these people behind.
Shout out to Tio Cesar. He's the
Shout out to
man.
Tio. Sion
Yeah.
Tio.
Yeah. And like, there was no agenda being pushed onto me. If anything, like, my family trying to obscure his partner, it made it more apparent, but that's a whole other story. I think what people want to see is just visibility, because then people can decide for themselves.
Exactly.
And then same thing what you were saying, like, there's so much sexualization, like heterosexual sexualization. I mean, like, I think the most vivid example is like Space Jam. For example, you got Lola Bunny. She was a character introduced in Space Jam. She was sexualized from the start. And like, this is a kid's movie that I love Space Jam, but I remember seeing that and like, girls are like conditioned from such a young age to like grow up so quickly,
So,
you know?
So in your view, what do you think is acceptable and what's taking it too far?
I think what's acceptable is just letting people know that there are people who have, there are people who are not just attracted to like the opposite gender, and then that's it.
Yeah, but not like shoving it in their
Like,
face.
I'm not saying like, oh, we need to show people making out on screen.
Yeah, that's what I have
you know,
This is what I have a problem with.
Yeah.
I got a problem. Yeah, let the world know that there's gays and there's straights. Let them know. But
So, all right, so
don't
if we-
shove it in their throat.
So if we have a Disney movie, right, is in your view, is it okay for them to show same-sex parents in the Disney show?
Yeah.
I don't. As long as they're not being sexualized, yeah, go for it.
So I got you. As long as it's not being sexualized. So I think the biggest problem, and I think so where Desantis is probably getting his support is probably the fact that we see too many sexual things happening.
That's what it
so
is.
It's okay to have awareness that yes, this exists, and we could have the thing that it exists. But I think that actual fact of them doing, like, you sexualizing it.
Yeah, like we have the same people that are complaining about this are also like asking a little kid like, "Where's your girlfriend?" or like, "Oh, I see you're into her," you know, like da 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 da, or like I see you're into him, like making these assumptions.
Yeah,
And you don't know what this kid probably doesn't
confusing
like,
a kid.
Yeah, and there are kids who like are not even like kids who don't realize until they're adults that they're not even attracted to anyone. Like you're completely leaving out those people.
You putting pressure on the children.
Exactly. You know, and man, and like then you have like child beauty pageants where they're like putting makeup on little girls and like having them dress up and stuff, and they're like they don't have that agency. Let's talk about that, you know?
Yeah. I'm with you. So I'm curious, the audience, let us know in the comment section who you stand with in the Florida beef of Disney versus Ron DeSantis. Are you with Mickey Mouse or are you with the governor? Let us know. Let's end it on an interesting story that I thought was pretty interesting with Wiz Khalifa, right? This is something I wanted to talk about a while ago, but it got brought to my attention. Shout out to Jonathan. bringing this to my attention. But Wiz Khalifa, he brought out his feet, right? And
Wait, like his actual feet?
his actual feet.
You can't be giving that away for free.
Yeah. So he brought out his feet, and the internet went in on his feet.
Oh yeah, the
Like,
internet's undefeated.
they said it went crazy.
Undefeated?
Yeah, they undefeated. So, actually, can you bring up the video? I want us to react to Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, I don't know
Actually
where it is.
responded to the internet talking about how his feet look like he kicked around like. I don't want to make jokes that they didn't say, but they were just saying his feet was busted up, jacked up. You should have got it fixed. You knew you was getting on camera. Your feet looks like this. Your foot looks like that.
That's crazy.
So this is how Wiz
Not the
Khalifa.
shows.
This is how Wiz Khalifa actually responded.
Oh, crap. I'm not logged into to
Instagram.
Instagram.
So on YouTube, you can probably put it up.
Okay.
Wiz Khalifa poem. So he actually had a poem response to the internet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have so many YouTube accounts. I got like my cooking channel that hasn't started. But anyway,
Going down.
You gotta let me know about that once you start that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like
I thought
have-
that'd be the taste tester.
So
Alright, we both
while you're
would.
searching for the video, shortly after I got out of college, I started making these cooking videos called Natalie Snapchat Cooking Show back when I was really active on Snapchat. And I would download the whole story and upload it onto my YouTube. So
Fire.
that's on YouTube if
Fire,
you want to check it
fire.
out.
All right, here we go. So this is the video right here. Y'all can both see it, right?
You want to
Yeah.
put it full screen?
Oh yeah. That'll probably be helpful, right? The Wiz Khalifa's response and play. And play.
I figured I'd address it in this way because I like to express myself. And this is how I like to express myself. I wrote a little poem. It's called Stop Making Jokes About My Feet. Stop making jokes about my feet. Because that shit ain't funny. Y'all keep making jokes about my feet, but bitch, I got money. You ain't gonna see my face, but you'll talk about me when I'm gone. Your toes probably look like that too, but you got nail polish on. When I seen all those shit, imagine how I felt. I get pedicures, but my feet still dry. So don't laugh. Send help. Stop talking about my feet. That shit ain't funny. Y'all keep making jokes about my feet. But bitch, I got money.
Hey.
Why was this giving me like Dr. Seuss vibes?
Yo, for real. Oh, and that's a picture of his feet, so you can see where the internet was going.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, you seen it. I don't know if you've seen his feet.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
So, but what I wanted to show that video because I thought it was really dope that we live in a world where there is some bullying and mental health and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he decided to actually have fun with it, where somebody could just go be sad and this and that. He just took to it, wrote a poem, had fun, made people laugh, and then he started showing off his feet after that. He did fix his feet up some. Then he started showing off his feet after that. So I just want to, end it with like a light note, right? So you don't have to be depressed in this world. You could use anything, turn it into a positive, have fun, have a good time out there. And before we go, is there anything we need to let them know to look out for? I know y'all both got projects out, so let's do another shout
White Gold Volume 1, ARP Music, Jedi Knight, White Gold, available in all major platforms. Go get it on my website if you want to purchase it directly. ARP Music with a Q at the end. That's how I spell it. That's how I write it. ARPmusic.com.
Yes, the Dominican Jadakiss. Make sure y'all get that.
Yeah. And my EP's out, so Stream Awakening. It's out on all platforms. And if you're in New York City on May 3rd, check me out. I'm performing at Elsewhere, opening for Molly Moore.
Oh, I'm in there.
Hey,
Awesome.
let's go.
Awesome.
Let's go. We all got to come out and support. And make sure on Instagram, y'all follow Love First TV. On YouTube, K to Don. My Instagram, The Real K to Don. Download that Love First TV app and wait a second, because did you just watch this video and not hit that like button, not hit that subscribe button? Show a comment. Show us some love. Show us some love, baby. And it's going down. And always remember, why hate
When you can love first.
Yeah.
It's the Love First podcast.
Yeah.
Don't cry when I come around. I want to see smile. Don't cry when I come around. I want to see smile. You could call me daddy, 'cause I'll always be here to hold you tight in my arms and protect you. You could call me daddy, 'cause I'll always be here to hold you tight in my arms and protect you.